Good evening, everyone. It's me again, Al Brown Spencer. Today is Saturday, the 28th of March, 2026, and it is 9 o'clock in the evening. My situation is still the same, and it's even got even worse and worse and worse. And I'm going to explain again why I'm having these earplugs in my ears. Last week, they literally infested me with very dangerous insects, and these insects are nesting inside my ears, and they dig in deeply inside my ears, and literally they literally are killing me slowly. That's what they are doing. And of course, these insects are depriving me from lots of things. It's not just that I don't have money and I don't have a place, and I'm literally sleeping in a dirty van and all of this. But I have insects, infested by insects in my ears. So even going out, I have to keep the plugs in, especially when I go to stores and all of this, just to avoid, giving people these insects, because they are really dangerous. And if I tell you about the pain they caused me when I tried to kill them with pesticides, and it didn't kill them, it's unbelievable. I mean, I cannot describe it. I cannot describe it. And that takes me to the same point that I said many times before. The people who are responsible for what was done to me, everything they did to me, whether in the UK or Germany or here or in France or in the country where I was born and so on. Everyone. And by the way, this will never change. How I feel about this will never change. And if I have the power to implement or apply this, I will, but I don't. But for me, I will never change my mind about this. And for me, if it's up to me to judge the people who did this to me, I will sentence everyone who participated in anything that was done against me and my family to go to prison. So lots of them will be going to prison for life because they did to me unbelievable stuff. And the rest will be accordingly to regarding what they actually participated and what they did and so on. And I always say, and I will always say, and this is not going to change, these bastards responsible for what was done to me, they must be legally punished, regardless of who they are and what authorities they have. And if they are too powerful to be legally punished, then they must be killed. If it's impossible to strip them of their powers and legally punish them for what they did to me and my family, then they must be killed. There is no other solution for them. It's as simple as that. So if you are one of those people who did this to me and you're too powerful, you must take responsibility for what you did and you must be legally punished. Otherwise, you must be killed. And unfortunately, I don't have any power or authority to do so. Have I said that? I hope that you get what you deserve, and I hope you will land in prison for life or you're going to get killed soon. Whoever you are. And the people responsible for infesting me with these insects that's now inside my ear, that digging in, and I don't know, what it's going to end up with. But they are killing me, literally. They are causing me unbelievable stuff. These people who infested me with these insects, you must go to prison, and it's for life imprisonment. You have used a biological weapon, and biological weapons are not allowed. It's prohibited and forbidden worldwide. And using dangerous insects, indestructible insects, or one individual like me, or even a group, is a crime that the punishment for it, you must go to prison for life, because these insects are very, very, very dangerous. And I am not exaggerating, and this is my sentence on those responsible for getting these insects inside my ears or infesting me with these insects and so on. Everyone participated in getting these insects in my ears. They must go to prison for life, and they cannot live with people. If you take people's lives, as a joke and infest them with dangerous insects like this, you cannot live with people and you must go to prison for life. You cannot live with people. As simple as that. And if you are too powerful or someone too powerful protecting you, you both must be going to prison for life, stripped of your power. And if this is not possible, you must be killed. As simple as that. And this is my sentence on you. And it's not going to change. I am trying my best. And I tried my best to get these insects out. But I promise you, these insects are indestructible. I did everything I could and nothing. I cannot kill them. I cannot get them out of my ears. And they are so painful. And I don't know what to say. Another thing that I would like to clarify and make it clear to everyone. I was deprived from seeing my daughters since 2016. And I have only one photo that I took with them the last time that I saw them. And since then, I haven't spoken to them because they deprived me from my daughters completely. And even when I tried to get a court order to allow me to see my daughters, the police beat me up and arrested me outside the court. And in the end, they put me in a prison, in a mental health hospital for 4 nights and so on, because they didn't know what to say about why they arrested me and so on. So anyway, I don't know anything about my daughters since 2016. And I don't know, what has become of them, where they are, what they are doing, how they are doing, and so on. And I don't want to think bad in terms of, maybe something wrong happened to them, maybe someone hurt them, and so on. And I know for sure they would be safe and sound with their mother in the United Kingdom. And, no one will touch them. No one would do anything wrong to them. And I mean, why? Why would anyone anyway harm a child? Why? I mean, I didn't harm anyone and I didn't do anything wrong to anyone. And I mean, even my abusers did all of this to me, whatever they did this to me because of, and all of this. My daughters, they have got nothing to do with anything. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, I would like to think that my daughters are safe and sound in the UK with their mom. And I don't want to think otherwise. Because, I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, if you bastard hurt any one of my daughters, I mean, I don't know what to think about in terms of punishment for you. What you should be punished with. I mean, it's not just, harming a child. I mean, if anyone harms a child, they must be going to prison for life or getting killed. If you harm a child, you must go to prison for life or you must get killed if you're too powerful. So if you are a politician or if you are someone very powerful and you harmed a child, you must be stripped of your power and you must be legally punished. And you must go to prison for life. Because if someone hurts a child, they cannot live with people at all. And you must be in prison for life until you die. And if you are too powerful to be stripped of your power and go to prison, then you must be killed. As simple as that. And I don't want to think that my daughters were harmed because I know, I mean, why would anyone harm my daughters? Why? I mean, my daughters, they have got nothing to do with anything. And I didn't harm anyone whatsoever. And my daughters, they live with their mom in England, away, my abusers did to me unbelievable stuff. And whatever reason they did this to me, I mean, I would like to think that no one would harm a child for any reason. So my daughters, I know for sure they are safe and sound in the UK. as simple as that. And I don't want to think otherwise, because I promise you, I mean, if anyone harms, if anyone harmed any one of my daughters, I don't know what I would want to happen to these people. But I just want to leave it like this, I made it simple and clear. It's a rule. It's a base. Anyone who harms a child must go to prison for life, and they cannot get out of prison until they are dead. And if they are too powerful to be legally punished and go to prison, then they must be killed, because no one who harms a child deserve to live with people or get away with what they did. And they must spend the rest of their life in prison, or they must be killed. I hate executions, but again, executions must be, cancelled or ended. Have I said that people who are in authorities and too powerful to be legally punished, they must be killed? It's even worse when someone in authorities, and they have authorities, and they commit a crime or they do something wrong that, they deserve to be punished for, especially if what they did, they deserve to be imprisoned for life or life imprisonment. If they cannot be arrested or legally punished, they must be killed. As simple as that. So this must be applied, generally. And I don't want to think anything wrong happened to my daughters. I'm so worried sick about them, but I know for sure they are happy, they are safe and sound, and they are living in the UK with their mom. And I am waiting for the day when I can actually see them again and take them in my arms and tell them how much I love them and how much, I was hurt for being unable to see them, and so on. Because I know they might have been told otherwise. I've never left my daughters, and I love my daughters always, and I will always love them, no matter what. So this is another thing that I wanted to clarify and clear. The other thing that I would like to add, my abusers are trying over and over and over again, putting doubts around my mental health. And I am trying to make it clear to everyone that this is what my abusers doing. They are trying to put doubts around my mental health and so on, so they can claim whatever they want. These insects they infested me with, it's unbelievable. And when I went to the hospital here in Donostia San Sebastian, the main hospital, they were ready for me. And one of their, I don't know if this doctor worked for them or, manipulated or whatever, but she refused to say the truth. And she did things that she shouldn't have done. And she said things she shouldn't have said. And I am going to put a report completely in France when I go to France to let them take these insects, extract it and study it. I'm going to give these insects to France. It's a biological weapon. And France has, the capacity and the technology to extract these insects and study them and maybe even know which region they came from, who developed them, and so on, because I want to know who are these bastards who put these insects in my ears. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's the country where I was born or any of the countries that they are controlling with, with their politicians and so on. Anyway, I don't know what else to say apart from the fact that injustice is a fucking bitch. And till now, I'm not getting any justice whatsoever. And I don't want to be in Donostia San Sebastian or the Basque country at all. A country like this that allowed for me to carry on being homeless in these bad situations and these bad circumstances, and not only this, getting abused over and over again and even infested with insects, dangerous insects. I cannot live here. And I want to leave as soon as I can. And I'm going to leave no matter what. It's going to be the situation, or they're going to come in there and that, oh, you were wrong, we were trying to do this. Doesn't make any difference to me. You must be responsible for keeping me like this. Homeless for almost a year here, sleeping in a van, being abused and even tortured with even biological weapons and so on. I don't think even Spain is for me. And I don't know what's the situation going to be in France. And I don't know what's the situation going to be in the Netherlands. But definitely, I know that Denmark has got nothing to do with what was done to me. And even if the Danish government had anything to do with something, it would be when I was in Germany, when they were giving wrong information or whatever about, well, this guy is planning to move to Denmark and so on. And they were doing screening about me and so on. And of course, my abusers from the country where I was born and their supporters in Germany and so on took it as a chance, keeping me homeless and doing whatever they want. As for Germany, for me, I left Germany and I don't have any intention to go back. Have I said that? I gave myself until the 1st of April, until the end of this month. If the German government doesn't take an action to stop all of this fucking shit and protect me and give me, justice and so on, I will never in my life, no matter what, live in Germany again at all or have anything to do with Germany. And just to make it clear as well to anyone who's watching this, since I broke up with my ex in 2012, my ex and I broke up in 2012, and she allowed me to stay in her house for almost another year in the house, but as friends or amicably, just for the sake of the kids. But then in August 2013, she literally phoned the police and she kicked me out of the house. And since then I was homeless for almost 3 years and so on. So anyway, since 2012 until this moment I'm recording this video, I haven't had any relationship whatsoever. And any woman or any family or anyone will come up with anything else or say anything else, they are fucking liars. And I didn't have any relationship in the UK or in Germany or France or anywhere or even here since 2012. All what I did since I broke up with my ex in 2012 until now was that, occasionally going to, using a prostitute just for sex. And since 2012 until 2019 or the end of 2019, I didn't have sex whatsoever. And the first time I had sex since 2012 when I broke up with my ex was in 2019 when I visited Netherlands and I was in Amsterdam. And I used the D Wallen or the Red District and so on. And that was the first time I had sex since 2012. And then later on, even in the UK, when I went back to the UK, I didn't have sex whatsoever. And then when I moved to Germany, the second year or maybe after the first 4 months or 6 months, I started, every month go for once and have sex and so on, with a prostitute, they advertise online and they are very clean, and using condoms and all of this, blah, blah, blah. So nothing wrong and so on. So basically, that's it. Anyone claims, especially in Germany, anyone in Germany claims that I had a relationship there or this and that is a fucking bastard, lying bastard. I did not have any relationship since 2012. Even a fling. All what I did was, every now and again having sex and paying money for a prostitute to have sex. That's it. And that's all, basically. So I don't have any relationship, and I didn't have any relationship whatsoever since 2012. And I am trying to settle down in a place where I can, be protected and get my compensations and get my money and get justice, where I can actually start a family. And when I say start a family, I mean actually start a family my own family. I will never ever accept, you know, if a girl, for example, I like so much and she turns out she has a kid from another man or even pregnant, I'm not interested. If she's over 24, I'm not interested. I have a criteria and I'm not going to change it no matter what, and so on. So anyway, I tried to clarify things in this video and make it clear and so on that I haven't received any justice so far, and I'm trying to leave the Basque country completely, and I will never ever settle in the Basque country no matter what. And I took it a pledge since I left the UK. Any country that would, humiliate me or allow any inhumane treatment for me, or, humiliation to happen to me and so on, will never be a country I will settle in or I will live in. And, it happened in Germany and it happened here and so on. The only difference is that in Germany, I know for sure, and this is 100%, that deep down inside my heart and my mind, that this small village called Zirksdorf in Germany, I felt home and I want to live there. That's all. And it's number one choice. And this is the only thing that made me till now believing that I could go again to Germany and live in Zirksdorf if the German government gives me 100% justice before the end of this month, which I can see it's not going to happen. So in other words, I am not going back to Germany. I'm not going to. And by the way, I would like to make something clear. So anyone in Germany who might think that I would be slagging off, blah, 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 and all of this, saying the truth and saying what I know is not slagging off. And whether the German government gives me justice or not, and I go back to live in Germany or not, I am going to give all the information I have, including all what I know about Germany. As simple as that. And I'm not going to change this whatsoever. And I don't care if you can kill me or if you're going to kill me. I don't give a fucking toss. I'm going to give the whole world everything I know. As simple as that. And of course, that includes what I know about Germany and so on. Anyway, I think I said enough. And anyone out there who would like to help me, and literally know the truth about these insects. And by the way, these insects, you can see it with your own eyes, the larva, but you need, a magnifying glasses because they are so tiny, coming out from my ears, one after another and after another. And the problem is, they develop. So they come that tiny and then go to my air passage, stay in my sinuses or in my throat for 24 hours. Then they are developed a little bit. Then they get out and then they go into my eyes and they latch to my eyes, inside my eyes, and they stay there for up to 48 hours and they develop even bigger and then they drop and then they start to suck blood and so on. And so there is one last thing that I would like to say, and this is from the deepest point of my heart and my mind. Every person responsible for dosing me with drugs, the drugs that makes me, eat a lot or fucks up my metabolism or harms me in any way, form, or shape, I deeply, from the bottom of my heart, I wish that you die a very painful, slow death very soon. For every fucking drugs you gave me that caused me trouble. As simple as that. And I hope that will happen to every fucking cunt who is responsible for any kind of drugs dosing that I was subject to till the moment that causes me any trouble. As simple as that. Anyway, thank you very much for watching.